Salarah Starre is a UK-based advanced law of attraction teacher trainer, coach, public speaker, and leading wellness expert. She will share life-changing wisdom about the law of attraction and how you can use this powerful universal law to build a foundation for bigger and bolder manifesting results. It is time to create the life you deserve, and with Salarah's help, you will.
And a very, very warm welcome to Manifesting Made Easy with myself, Salarah Starre. I'm connecting with you all the way from the very, very beautiful and historic United Kingdom. And I have to say, we're very blessed because we've got the most beautiful weather today. But also, I want to share with you that I have a very, very special guest in the studio. She's only going to be in the studio for a matter of minutes, but has something very, very special to share with us. Her name is Alaya Lane. And Alaya, how old are you? 10 years old, and one of the sweetest and wisest souls I have ever met. It's really nice to have you in the studio today, Alaya. Thank you for coming in. Right, my darling, what message have you got for our listeners today?
You can't change what has happened, but you can change what happens.
Wow, that is really profound. Thank you so much, my love. You can't change what has happened, but you can change what happens. And that is such an important message for all of us. Many of us spend our time dwelling on the things in the past, worrying about how we reacted, responded, and perhaps maybe feel guilty for certain things. And of course, we can't change that, as Alaya has taught us today. But what we can do is change how we respond going forward. Thank you, Alaya. I appreciate that. Will you come into the studio again one day? Maybe. Thank you, my darling. See you soon.
Bye.
Okay, so, right, let's crack on with Manifesting Made Easy. What a lovely little soul that one is. I tell you what, absolutely adore that little one. And what a profound message as well that she has for us. So today we're going to be focusing on the power of gratitude. And gratitude really is a power tool when it comes to the law of attraction. If you don't use any other tool in the whole of the toolkit, and you only use gratitude, you'll notice a massive up-leveling as a result of it. I absolutely love gratitude because it really resets my energy. It reminds me just how blessed I am, because there are times I'll go off and worry about the future or worry about what's happened in the past. But actually, gratitude brings me into the present moment, and I've got a very beautiful technique that I'm going to be sharing with you today as well. So again, thank you for those of you who have reached out and asked for the recordings of the affirmations, for your lovely feedback as well. I really appreciate that too. Let's crack on now with the task at hand, which is becoming master manifestors. So remember, if we are gifted with such an extraordinary power, it is important that we use that power well. And definitely learning and training ourselves to move from a space of self-gain into using this wonderful power for the highest good of all, or not at all. And may through our manifestations, other people receive endless blessings. And it's very, very important to make sure that we set a positive intention like that when it comes to any kind of manifesting, because manifesting for self-gain alone just ends up in a great big flop. It's like taking a cake out of the oven and just seeing it look like more like a piece of toast than this beautiful plump cake. We want to make sure that we inject loving, heartfelt intentions, knowing that our manifestations will bring great blessings to the world. Without that, the manifestations are hard work. We get the opposite of what we want, or we don't get what we want at all. So there you go. This is my little bit of words of wisdom for you for today. So a major step in creating a deeply fulfilling and nourishing life is cultivating an attitude of gratitude. If you can be grateful, you will absolutely lead a very, very abundant life indeed, and happy life as well. Because remember, what you give out, you will absolutely get back. And the more you are grateful for what you have, the more you will attract to be grateful for. Because life is always so much better if you develop this attitude of gratitude. And you'll absolutely notice multiple blessings along the way. We went through a little bit of an interesting learning curve 6 or 7 months ago. And, you know, we felt the universe was giving us lemons. But of course, we know exactly that we have the ability to make lemonade. And even though it felt dark at the time, the learnings and the blessings that came as a result of that were absolutely extraordinary. But one of the tools that we used through that energetically dark period, if you like, was gratitude. And as a result of it, I have to say, not only did it keep our vibration on a certain level, but it also helped to create and attract wonderful blessings in our life, which helped us to actually navigate through some incredible, intense times. So let's make gratitude our main power tool that we use. But what does exactly mean? Like, how do we do it? You know, some people don't really know how to express gratitude in the most effective way. And that's what I want to share with you today. You know, gratitude can be very, very powerful, but you can actually make it even more powerful when you use this 3-step gratitude process that I'm going to be sharing with you today. And it was one that was shared with me many, many years ago by my Kabbalah teacher, Yehuda Goldfeiner. And it's been one that I've used in my teacher trainings ever since. So if you're listening and you fancy becoming a law of attraction teacher yourself and sharing this wisdom that I'm sharing with you, with your group, with your clan, then give me a shout, because it's fully accredited by the FHT, and it would be absolutely wonderful to share this wisdom far and wide. So an attitude of gratitude means making it a habit to express sincere thanks and deep felt appreciation in all parts of your life, and on a regular basis as well, not just when we're going through dark times or we just want a little bit of a manifestation power boost, to make this a way of life, just like we would drink water and eat our food and eat our fruit, whatever it is we do daily, brush our teeth, learning to bring this gratitude process in as an absolute staple. This creates strong, solid foundations for manifestation, which is very, very important. There's no point in building a house on foundations which are weak and wobbly, because if there's a storm, the house is just going to fall down. And it's the same with manifestations. We want to be able to build our manifestation practice on strong, solid foundations, so that when there is the storms of life, which there naturally will be, we're able then to navigate through it with ease and with grace, and not look like we've been dragged through a hedge backwards. Okay, so an attitude of gratitude means making it a daily habit to express sincere thanks and appreciation in all parts of your life on a regular basis for both big things and small things that we experience. And you know, the good thing about this too is, as very spiritual as I am, I'm also like a little bit of science-based information as well. It helps me just to understand it on multiple levels. But it has been proven that as well as improving our mood, recent studies have shown that feeling and expressing gratitude also leads to better physical health. Hallelujah. I know many of us are struggling with all various types of health ailments. So anything that we can do just to help boost us and make us feel a bit better, I'm definitely up for that. But also, and this is the really interesting bit, it actually slows down the aging process as well. I mean, how cool is that? So people rushing to their gratitude journals and, you know, go in their room, writing their journals looking one way and coming out looking 20 years younger. How amazing is that? So it slows down the aging process, but it also activates the feel-good hormones in our body. Our body's made of our nervous system's made up of 2 main parts: the sympathetic, which is responsible for the stress hormones, and the parasympathetic, which is responsible for all the feel-good hormones, which I'm referring to now. And what we can do is proactively activate our parasympathetic nervous system in order for us to release those feel-good hormones, for them to flood our body, and all the far extremities of our body gets nourished with all these wonderful hormones, and we start to go into a space of thriving as opposed to, if I can speak properly, surviving. So when we release these feel-good hormones, we also open a little part of our brain called the amygdala. When this part of our brain is open, we're open to intuitive guidance from the universe. We're more creative. We're way more relaxed. And this is where the most powerful manifestations come from. So that's why gratitude is really, really important part of the process. And I don't think you need me to tell you that every day won't be perfect. I think you're perfectly well equipped at seeing that for yourself, because we know that life can, you know, present us with a multitude of different experiences. Some things highly uplifting, some things highly draining. But what I do know is, regardless of what happens in our day, by focusing on what we're grateful for, it does tend to wash away any feelings of stress or even anger, sometimes negativity, and helps to connect to our heart center, which is absolutely imperative for master manifestation. You know, when it comes to master manifestation, this is all about heart base. The vortex of our heart, also known as our heart chakra, when that is open and expansive, the energy can come to us and through us, and that beautiful, loving, high vibrational energy lights up our world. And then that's where manifestations happen with ease and with grace. With little effort at all, wonderful things just happen to us naturally. What I also love about gratitude, it also helps to reset our energy. It helps to reset our energy, raise our vibrations. And of course, when our heart is open, the magic of intention can absolutely flow through. And that's when we have the most powerful energy signature working its way through our manifestation, which creates limitlessness in the manifestation world. Whereas when it comes through our head and our heart is closed, it's very limited. It comes more from ego-based manifesting. So my advice to you on your pathway of learning manifestation, understanding manifestation, is to truly appreciate where you are in your life right now and all that you have in your life right now, regardless of your circumstances. You know, not that I'm wanting to be doom and gloom in any way, but things can always be a whole lot worse, right? So regardless of what's going on, really appreciate everything that you have in your life right now, all the helpful people that come along your way, whether it's your electricity, whether it's your hot water, even your iron or your washing machine. You know, we are way more blessed than we see. And I'm a great believer that we have way more to be grateful than to be sorry for. And also remember, if you're unhappy with any aspects of your life, from a law of attraction perspective, we're giving out an unhappy vibration. And of course you will more than likely attract more of the same then back to you, because the universe is constantly mirroring back to us where we are vibrationally. So every single day, do your best to cultivate an attitude of gratitude and truly, truly appreciate what you have in your life right now, because remember, where attention goes, energy flows. And the more we're grateful for the things that we have, and I mean truly grateful, the more likely we are then to attract more things to be grateful for. So the bottom line is, if you concentrate on what you have, you will always have more. And if you concentrate on what you don't have, you will never have enough. Wow, those are powerful and profound words. So let's take a nice, slow, long, deep breath in together. Deep breath in through your nose. Holding the breath at the top, taking in as much air as you comfortably can. And as you exhale, just imagine any lower vibrational thoughts and feelings and emotions just leave your being. Just for this moment, allow yourself to be in a happy and healthy state, regardless of what else is going on. Just give yourself permission. In this moment, consciously choose to be whatever positive feeling you want to be, whether it be happy, grateful, open, hopeful, whatever it might be. Just reach for the next emotion that you would like to experience. Okay, that's beautiful. Now, why not put a nice big cheesy grin on your face at the same time? You know what I'm like. I love a good old cheesy grin. I'm a great believer where our body goes, our mind follows. Of course, where our mind goes, our body follows too, so it works both ways. But if we put this really nice big cheesy grin on our face and put your shoulders back to open the cavity of your heart, and you may want to stretch your arms out wide, and with a nice big smile on your face, say to the universe, I am open. I am absolutely open and receptive to all the good that you have to offer. And then as you're saying that, you can imagine wonderful doors of opportunity just flooding open for you. Say it with me one more time with a nice big cheesy grin on your face. I am open and I am receptive to all good, all good. Okay, beautiful. Now, one thing that I absolutely love and believe to be very, very important in manifestation is something called a vibration reset. I know there's many wonderful authors and teachers that teach in different ways about a vibration reset. One of my favorite books is Becoming Magic by Genevieve Davis. And she outlines a very, very simple process to reset your energy in order to create the outcomes that you desire. And of course, gratitude is an invaluable part of resetting your energy. I have alluded to that in various podcasts that I'm going to be sharing this information with you. Because remember, if we're coming from a place of fear or worry or anxiety or lack, we're sending that energetic signature down through the trails, if you like, of our manifestation, and we're only then going to create more of the same, because what we give out, we get back. And if you feel that you're coming from a place of lack or scarcity in any way, then it is absolutely worth pulling the plug on your manifestations and doing a reset before embarking back on your manifestations again. So many times people try and manifest through these feelings I'm talking about, through stress, overwhelm, through fear, and wonder why they then only experience more of the same. So gratitude has a very, very powerful ability to shift and raise vibrations in order to sound foundation for very, very positive outcomes. So referring back to that phenomenal book, Becoming Magic by Genevieve Davis, she outlines the process that I'm just about to share with you. And step number 1 is to take responsibility for your actions and for your life. And if you remember in the earlier podcasts, we spoke in depth about various spiritual laws and how we can use some of these other spiritual laws alongside the law of attraction to power up the law of attraction. And one of the most important ones for me anyway, which have really helped me in my practice, is the law of responsibility. So taking responsibility for yourself and your actions in your life will boost your manifestations tenfold. And I know only too well how easy it is to slip into victim mode and to blame other people for negative things that happen in my life. I spent most of my earlier part of life just blaming everyone and everything else for things that weren't happening or for failures that were occurring in my life. However, an important part of making the law of attraction work is to take responsibility for yourself and for your life and for your actions, of course. And to cultivate a mindset that will absolutely help you to succeed. So taking responsibility does mean being willing to show up in your life differently. Because remember, if you always do what you've always done, you're going to always do what you're going to always get what you've always got. It's also taking responsibility for everything that we attract into our life, whether we are consciously aware of it or unconsciously aware of it. Somehow, somewhere, we have planted seeds, whether we were awake or asleep, behind the wheel of our own life experience. And everything we're experiencing in our reality right now is down to past conscious or unconscious creations. And it really is taking responsibility for that. So this is all about learning new ways to show up, absolutely remaining open to transformation, being willing to see the part that you've played in the creation of your experiences. And that sometimes can be quite difficult to do. But when you work with a really good coach who can help show you the aspects of yourself which are sabotaging your journey, you can then unlock your next level. And that's absolutely something that I do. I work with one-to-ones all over the world. So if you feel called to doing a little bit of clearing, if you're wondering why some of your manifestations aren't working, then do reach out and we can arrange, a little cup of tea and a biscuit and have an online chat, and then I can look at how I can help you. But also remembering that the law of responsibility is understanding that there's no such thing as failure ever. There's only feedback. I'll say that one more time. There's no such thing as failure. There is only feedback. So we never ever get anything wrong. We don't make mistakes. We're sometimes shown the route not to take multiple times, but it doesn't mean to say that we failed. It just means that there's another route that will help us to reach our goals. And also taking responsibility for ourselves is learning to see the glass half full rather than half empty. And it's learning to say, well, why is this happening for me as opposed to why is this happening to me? So it is about learning to look at life's challenges as an opportunity to grow, seeing them as an opportunity to make you rather than break you. So that's one of my favorite ones. And of course, the second one is stop moaning and complaining. I have found myself doing this multiple times, and I do become aware of it. And when I stop moaning and complaining, it's almost like a leak in a ship, and the ship starts to sink. So in other words, our vibration starts to lower. But when we find where we are contributing to the lowering of our own vibration, we can almost put a cork in the hole, if you like. And one of the biggest ways I've noticed for people that I work with, and some negative habits of myself from the past, is the moaning and complaining. Because when we moan and complain, we simply invite more in our life to moan and complain about. And the law of attraction is constantly working, right? All the time. And it's just going to bring you more of what you're focusing on. So as part of a vibration reset, it is important to bring awareness to these moments. And when you find yourself moaning and complaining, do everything that you can to stop, my friend. It'll be one of the best awarenesses and time investments you can ever pursue. So change the subject if you need to. People might think you're a bit schizo. I remember having a good old moan to my mum once, and then I realized I was on a vibration reset, and midway through my moan, I had a realization of it, and I stopped and I changed the subject, and she did look at me like I was a bit mad. But that this is the things that we need to do, and it's really important, because it trains ourselves out of focusing on the negative, which can then assist us towards focusing on all the positives that is happening in our life. And we'll find ourselves so much more energized as a result of doing this. Because remember, what you give out, you get back. Okay, and this is where the final part is to start your gratitude journal. What we do is, sometimes we don't do the journaling per se, but what we will do is we'll sit around the table and we'll all discuss about what we're grateful for in our day and why. So this can be done morning or night. It can be written down. There is actually more power in the written word. Especially if you were to do this for the first 2 or 3 weeks, you're definitely going to notice a massive difference. But I would say that this would be a great ongoing process as maintaining strong foundations. Okay, so ongoing. And this 3-step gratitude process is listing 3 things that you're grateful for what has happened in your life in the past, and the reason why you're grateful for them. Now, the why is very, very important, because the why helps you to get in touch with the feeling of the gratitude. And of course, with manifestation, it's always feelings first. So that's why we're going to hop into the past, start thinking about all the things we're grateful for that have happened in the past. They're very, very real, very, very tangible. It's not like we have to try and convince ourselves in any way. And then what we're doing is tapping into that old energy of gratitude. So we're starting to reawaken that energy. So we're creating that beautiful energetic frequency within us, and the why helps to do that. Once you've done 3 things in the past, 3 things that you're grateful for in the future, in the present moment, and why, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself there. 3 things you're grateful for in this current moment, and why. So the same reasons, the why is very, very important. So I'm very, very grateful to be able to share this wisdom and knowledge with you, because I know it is a game changer, and I know there's people listening in the world that need to hear this information right now, and for that I'm so super grateful. So 3 things in the present and why, and then 3 things you're grateful for in the future. Now this is where the manifestation comes in, but because we've already created the vibrational frequency of the gratitude from the past and the gratitude from the present, we're already vibrating on that beautiful frequency, which means we have a gorgeous springboard to inject into our manifestations of the things that we are manifesting in our life in the future. So one of mine, I've mentioned this a few times, and this is absolutely happening. I'm so deeply grateful for my lovely holiday in the Maldives with my gorgeous partner, Nick, because it feels so good to be in such a beautiful setting with all my favorite colors, with the sun shining, with my favorite person, relaxing, connecting, and feeling good. Whew, how good does that feel? Okay, so remember, it's so important to do the why. And if you do this every single day for a couple of weeks, whatever it is that you want to manifest will definitely be accelerated, but also you'll find that this will build that strong and very, very solid foundation. But remember to have fun. Okay, be as imaginative as you can, have as much fun as you can, and just make sure that you show up consistently and persistently with this journey. It is so important to do this. You can do this with your friends, with your family, any time of day, anywhere, but really commit to being very consistent with this practice, as I mentioned. And I promise you, you will create magic in your life as a result. Oh, how lovely is that? I feel very, very grateful for this opportunity to share that with you, and very, very grateful for everybody that's reached out and shared their experiences with the podcast journey so far. And if there's anything particular that you'd like me to cover, or any questions that you have, just drop me an email, salarah@salarahstarre.com. I'd absolutely love to line those questions up for future shows. And I think that's it for now. So slightly shorter show than what it normally is, but absolutely fun-packed and full of really, really great wisdom and nuggets to help you on your manifestation journey, so that you're no longer a mediocre manifester. You are now this master manifester. We're making it easy. We're making it fun. Okay, so sending you lots of love wherever you are in the world, and may your life be full of all blessings, including health, wealth, and happiness. And say with me, and so it is. And so it is. Bye for now.
Thanks for listening. Salarah Starre will be back next week with great insights into the law of attraction. In the meantime, please visit salarahstarre.com.